Alright, there we go. So it looks like everybody should be in. Let's go ahead and get this all sent out, and then we will get things started. And alright, there we go. Should be all good. Okay, so now we're live. Got this all set up. And starting this stream, we have a bit of music. Oh, let's turn that bad boy on. There we go. Go ahead and let me know if the music is too loud or too soft. I will adjust accordingly. Yeah. As I mentioned, we are starting on the second playbook. So here we go. Okay. So off we go. Yep, we're starting off with a bunch of red. This one's easy breakout of your siblings' shadow and change playbooks. That's an easy change to do. Okay, so the core gimmick for the second is being the second sibling. You're the underling to the legacy, but not only are you like the underling, you're the one that like didn't get the powers. Your families had fire powers, fire powers, fire powers, fire powers. You simply had fire powers, and now you have super strength, and that's it. And so it's very much kind of like having to prove yourself to your family, and yeah. My little tip for myself: beacon drives that form a similar list to the innocent. Um, or did I pass the innocent? There we go. So, the innocent has a list you choose from of things that you figure out as you progress, as the story goes on further. And so what the goal of, or what the plan is for the second, is doing a similar list, but instead of these are the things that led your self down the path of darkness in the future, edgy stuff. I say that with the most love. I play the innocent. I like the innocent playbook, but yeah, it's edgy. Instead, it's going to be things that you need to do to prove yourself to step out of the shadow. When you learn of another step of future self's path, circle it. Soft. Pick one step of future self path that you already know about and circle it. So you'll have one goal that you have already done. One thing that is shown to the people that you're looking up to, the people that you're looking to for guidance, that no, you've got it. You have one of those down, and then yeah, I think keeping the same number after 5. Yep, have at most 5, and every time having something trigger. I don't know what that something is yet, and I don't want it to be a move change like it is for the innocent, because that's going to be a core gimmick of the formless. There's going to be different moves for the base set. So I don't really know. I'm actually gonna leave that in there, because I don't get many mental notes like these from past me who's writing all this and playing it all out. So we take what we can get. We're gonna drop the and just call it Shadow, because the Shadow, we've got playbook names. They're all the word. So the Shadow, then it's the second Shadow instead of the Shadow or whatever. You know, dropping the there. Okay. So how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8-ish. It's not bad. So 8 core goals. To prove that you have what it takes. So let's see. First goal, I'm thinking probably do something like I don't know. These are tricky because it's like I don't want to do big wins without stop a villain. I don't want to copy off the beacon because then it legitimately is just a different side effect to the beacons, and when we're already dealing with like not many distinctions here, because like we just pop up to the beacon, then you choose 4 and you select out of them. But the tricky thing is that the beacon is designed to cover a lot of these drive elements. And that's one of the things that I've been kind of getting tripped up on, going back over these and checking it over, getting the work done for these. It's like I end up with books that are kind of offshoots or specifications of certain other books. And because of that, I end up it's towing a line between what's making this unique is the question. And yeah, there's like a part of me that wants. I'm someone who likes the analytical side of things. So to me, it's like, I would love to have just our sliding bars of values, but I know that's not really desired all too terribly much in the maths community, so. Because otherwise, you can bet basically any of these playbooks would have had sliding scales. I think most similar would be the Split playbook, with its sliding scales on control of the other. Like, the cover has its variation, but even that is still kind of a sliding scale type of thing. So upon joining the team, you've already partially proven yourself to your family and take the first steps out of the shadow. Pick one of the below achievements. To represent this beginning crawl. So let's see. Let's see. So we're going to go ahead and I don't know. Do we want to go big goals or small goals? Because, like, I know that with big goals, I feel like I've already done one relating to completing out big goals, but I can't remember which it would have been. I guess it wasn't the clock. It wasn't really the cover. The split wasn't it. The harm wasn't really it. The formless has gained its rework. The tutor. What did I do for the tutor? I know that that playbook is allegedly done, but so let's see. I'll come back to that. Oh yeah, I did the lessons. And I really left it up to more of the people. Yeah, this was one of those playbooks. This one was pretty fun to write. So, the tutor has its lesson system. It has each lesson comes with a label and it has 3 marks in it. Character creations, you fill in 2 lessons and the label that aligns with that lesson. So, you mark 1 and then a line. Fill the line, fill 1. When you decide another aspect that heroes need to be, fill in the lesson with the appropriate label and ask if your pupil is stood up to that standard. If the answer is yes, mark experience. That's these marks. We'll be marking those. If the answer is no, scold them and they mark a condition. When you mark the last experience. Ooh. Oh no, that works. They mark a condition. When you mark the last experience on a lesson, clear the lesson and the marked experience, but do not remove the label. Future lessons on that line must also align with that label. This is how, because you could then do like danger, danger, freak, mundane, but this is primarily there, because the tutor is one of the interesting playbooks in that this one I could easily see slipping back into a full setting or a partial setting or a partial team, primarily with the protege playbook. And you have mentor and the student going together, going at it, and so this generally creates, at the very least, it's going to end up creating at least one either favored or disfavored label. It may be that you go 2 and 2 and then you end up with 3 labels that aren't getting the support, that aren't favored, and 2 that very much are. Or you may have 2, 1, 1, you have 1 favored and 2 disfavored, or you can have them all be unique, and still end up with a disfavored label. And so that's kind of the design behind that, is playing into the protege's mechanics a bit. This is definitely a playbook that works in duos, but it's also one designed kind of as a good 2-player playbook. And then this is usually the way that I do my playbook, or my move design. So, one move is a list. It's got an effect, it does this and this, you can do this with this to choose out of a list or something like that. Because lists, honestly, are the ones that I find the most difficult to do, because I don't like trying to weigh out the mechanical weight of different like choices, of different moves, or of different choices within a move, when all the choices are narrative. I can't really tell the mechanical weight. I can't tell if they bring the same weight between a your character catches up to them and your character or they drop something important. I don't really know which of those is going to hold the more mechanical weight, and so I really struggle with putting high narrative aspects into lists. If it's going to be a narrative aspect, it's going to be usually found somewhere else. Then 1 to 2 label replacements. These, for example, are a bunch of terrible examples for the 1 to 2 label replacement. This was the way that I felt comfortable with. This was the ones that I wanted to do. But it's not a steady pattern, as you can tell, as there are no label replacements. But if I go ahead and just turn that off, let's flip over to the clock playbook. we head on down to the moves. So again, one list. I kind of forget to use grit as a mechanic. Forget that's an accessible tool in the tool belt, which is really bad when I've got so few tools, mechanically speaking, so I gotta remember that I got grit to work with. What in the hell? I managed to hit 2 of my playbooks with no label replacement. Let's go to the Hunter. I'm pretty sure the Hunter has one, but I was pretty sure the Glock had one too, so... There we go. Anger managed. When you reflect on your actions through a narrow viewpoint, you can roll plus danger instead of plus mundane. That's what the label replacement ones are. I only want 1 to 2 of those ish. One roll manip. That is usually going to be stuff like this, where it's gain +1 to this type of rolls, or doing something to alter the way that the roll is actually applied beyond just swapping the labels. And then 2 extra focused. At least 2 extra focused moves. Because, guess what? This is duos, I get to do that. Because you're not generally... I don't even know... Did we end up sticking with it? Let's see. Take a move, take a move, take a move. Add +2. Okay, so we did cut it. Previously we had, in place, we had 2 take another move from yours, and then 2 in place of this take another move from yours and add +2. We had 2 take a move from any playbook. But talking to Cav, he helped point out that, like, yeah, we want to kind of bring this back a bit. We don't want to, you know, have a, it's too difficult to balance extra focused moves, which was something that I was set on. I wasn't going to remove the extra focus moves. So, and I have had somebody point out the +1 to 2 may be a bit high. So that may be getting changed. I'd like to see that go through a bit more playtest, but because I think I'm gonna call it here. And sorry, things have been really busy. I still have a ton to do. I'm gonna work on getting a post up to the Kickstarter to give an update. I did want to get that out, the playbook out as soon as possible for the early access, but I'm still waiting on the NPCs from the backers. Once I get those, I'll be putting them in, and I'll be sending it out to you guys. Gonna get the Kickstarter update out for that. I'm gonna keep checking in on some stuff, and then I'm gonna be heading out because I'm really busy this month. Starting next month, like I may take a bit of time off. I take a bit of time to do some more relaxed stuff at the beginning of the month, and then for like that first week of the month, and then we should hopefully have some more time to get stuff done to really get into this nose to the grindstone and knock this out. Yeah, sorry. Really busy, really chaotic over here. I'm gonna call it a night. I appreciate everyone who stopped in. I'm sorry it was so short. See y'all.